If you like traveling with your dog and you're thinking about heading to one of these countries, think carefully. You can do it, but it'll take some serious time and money to get all of your ducks in a row. Here are the hardest countries to visit with a dog. My dreams of frolicking with my dogs and some Icelandic ponies after climbing a glacier were doomed when I realized how much money and time it would take. You'll have to fork over a permit fee costing $330, quarantine costs, and veterinary fees. All imported dogs are required to stay in quarantine for 4 weeks, and they can only be admitted during a designated period of 3 days out of the month. There is only one viable quarantine location in Iceland, and there's usually a waiting list. That doesn't give you much wiggle room for your arrival, so forget about being flexible. Fiji is a paradise, but your desire to visit with your dog will need to outweigh all of the hurdles put in your way. Import permits take at least 21 business days to grant and cost over $300 US. Dogs coming from Australia and New Zealand must be quarantined for 7 days, and those arriving from other countries must complete a mandatory minimal quarantine period of 30 days. That's not all. Dogs coming from all countries except Australia and New Zealand are subject to a rabies monitoring and surveillance policy, meaning they'll need to be inspected 3 more times post-quarantine. It takes a full year. Want to take a photo of your dog with the famous Hachiko statue in Shibuya? If you're coming from a designated region, which includes Iceland, Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Hawaii, and Guam, then you're all good. But if you're coming from elsewhere, you'll have to do some serious planning. Your dog will need not 1, but 2 rabies vaccinations, administered at least 30 days apart. After, they'll need a blood sample drawn at an approved laboratory. On top of this, you'll have to wait 180 days before entering Japan. The entire process, from start to finish, will take well over 6 months. Planning on going to Jamaica with your dog? Well, hopefully you're from one of these 3 countries. Only pets from Great Britain, Northern Ireland, or Ireland are allowed entry into Jamaica. That's just 3 locations in the entire world. Who wouldn't want to visit the land down under with their dog? Australia has amazing beaches, fun cities, and incredible wildlife. But unless you're visiting from New Zealand, Norfolk Island, or Cocos Island, it'll be tough to get there. Australia divides countries of origin by group, so you have to find your group and follow instructions. The good news is they have clear step-by-step instructions for anyone hoping to enter the country with a dog. The bad news is your pet will definitely require quarantine. Going through the entire process is time-consuming and expensive. Plus, you'll be separated from your dog for at least 10 days, if not more.